Hello, welcome to Euro Cine Expo 2025. We're in a very hot Munich. It's day 2 of the show. I'm joined by John Christian Rosenlund.
Yep.
Hopefully I didn't mangle the pronunciation of that too much, but I will call you JC from now on if that's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
Now you've got a long career and you've done a lot of things in it, but what's your earliest memory of something that sparked? Actually, you started quite a young age, didn't you?
I started with Super 8.
Yeah.
I was
8 or 12, something like that.
8, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I've been shooting since then.
Yeah.
But probably the turning point was my brother got me into acting. So I was an actor for 7 years in a professional theatre. And that gave me a great respect for
theatre, right?
Theatre.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that lesson have brought me. It's been very important because in the world of cinematography, there's so much technique, but if you forget the people on the other side and the story you're telling, you're nothing.
Yeah.
Or at least the story becomes nothing.
Yeah, and that being the other side of the lens and understanding that is so important, isn't it? Because it isn't just about framing and lighting. It's at the end of the day, it's a story. Everything else is in service to that, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I'm going to do a speech tomorrow, and it's all about, because I am a very technical guy actually. I'm going deep into. I'm developing LEDs. I've been developing the first pan bar system in the world, and software for dailies called Drylab. So I've been into that for a long time, but they're all there because I need them to create a story.
Yeah.
And so the link is always the story.
Yeah. And making it easier to tell the story so you can concentrate on the important parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like playing jazz. You need to know your guitar to improvise.
Yeah. You make it sound very easy. You develop these things, but that must have been quite a long process. You see there's a need for something, and then researching, developing a piece of kit to.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing we did was more than 25 years ago, before Kinoflow came to Europe.
Right.
And when I was so bored of using polystereo to make soft light, to make soft boxes. Yeah. Can't we do it in another way? So then I started to play with tube lights. And then we ended up with a company in Paris with Henrik Mousset and Patrick Blosière, a famous French cinematographer. Yeah. And we created our own tubes. That was kind of very high quality color tubes. Of course, that's history now. So now we are into LEDs.
Yeah.
You get the same challenges. You have very bad LEDs, and we want to have the good ones because in the end, I'm sitting in the color grading suite and I see the problems if the light is not good.
Yeah.
So,
and it's an exciting area to work in because the science is driving change so quickly, isn't it? And the customers get it. They see why it's easier to use and gives them more parameters to play with. But making it easy to use is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, easier to use is not always the quality to use.
Right.
And I think for LEDs there have been some very bad quality light.
Yeah.
Because the first LEDs that came, they came because now you don't need that much light to get a lot of light, but nobody talked about the quality of light because we are used to a burning flame like the halogen lamp, and that has a perfect color kind of production because it is a flame. Suddenly you are doing something with LEDs and you're picking out some different colors and you put them together and you make some sparks of colors.
Yeah.
But a camera doesn't see as your eye because your eye can adapt. So you can get into a room and it's green, blue, but after some seconds, it's normal. You see a person and it looks normal, but the camera sees that green, blue, and you can't do anything about it because it is green, blue on the ship.
Yeah.
So we created a small LED 3 years ago called Flame.
Right.
And that was because of that. I needed something for a film that was all about the time when you didn't have electricity. So you had a flame, you had oil lamps.
Yep.
And you can't use an oil lamp when you have 20 actors in a boat in a snow in a storm. So you had to create something else. And then I digged into LEDs, and yes, there were LEDs that had a flame color, but when you took them to the camera, they looked awful. The skin tones was very bad. You could not tweak them anywhere. So we had to create our own. So we created a new kind of LED that is based on 4 different LEDs.
Right.
And we developed it together with the RELF, back and forth to the color grading suite until the colorist couldn't see the difference.
Right.
And then, okay, now we have the answer. So that's how that's how I work.
That must be so satisfying when you get to that point there as well.
Very, and you can make a movie that has something that is unique and made very easy. Suddenly you could have 20 paraffin lamps running around with an app. Yeah. And they were all kind of adjustable. And they gave a lot of light. They gave actually, I think, 10, 15 times more than the paraffin lamp itself. So you have also some power.
Yes.
So it created some possibilities to tell the story in a different way.
So you were one of the first people in the Imago Technical Committee.
Yeah, that's also
you're one of the founder, weren't you?
Yeah. We 2 Norwegians, we founded it. Yeah.
And that's developing into something really fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's.
I mean, no, I feel like the young stupid guy because we have so many very bright, talented people on board.
I'm sure you're not.
I don't know. I mean, I just met Dave Stump. He's here.
Yes.
I mean, people like that. Then you feel like, wow.
Yeah.
So, and that's very nice because that means the committee is alive and it has knowledge.
Yeah.
You can answer things in a very precise way, and you can. So that's the importance of the committee. The committee is not better than the people.
No, true. Yeah. And it's it is fantastic because it's a tough industry to get into. It's an odd industry to get into. It often comes down to sort of knowing someone or a random chance. Everyone I've spoken to, there's been some other thing. Everyone has a unique story of how they go into the industry. There's no set route into it, is there? But the one thing that everyone has got is a passion that has been going since they were a kid right through to now, and that hasn't dulled at all. I can see where you're talking about stuff. It's what drives you, and that's how you get enjoyment. It's your happy place, isn't it? Those kind of things, and it's being generous enough to share that with people. I think it's fantastic.
I learned a lot when I share because you get to respond. And I think I've always done that. Probably because I think my first American Cinematographer magazine I got when I was 15 or 12 or 15. I think I have them all until now.
Right.
And it's all about also cinematography. These magazines that share information for me is so important. And I've always been thinking that is the way to do it because I learned a lot from reading from other people and learning from other people.
Yeah. And you never stop learning. It's great.
No, if I stop learning, then I think
it's time to go. Yeah. Well, don't do it too soon. Yeah. Thank you for spending the time to talk to us, JC. Fantastic to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Hope the rest of the show goes well for you, and the committee keeps you busy.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah. Thank you.